and thanks for watching Eye on Ocean County. I'm Christina Seco. The Special Olympics New Jersey is a not-for-profit organization that provides sports training and athletic competition to children and adults with intellectual disabilities. The organization provides year-round sports training and athletic competition in a variety of Olympic-type sports, giving the athletes the opportunity to develop physical fitness and to demonstrate courage. Here to discuss more is Heather Andersen, the Senior Director of Corporate Development. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me today.
Now, you've been a part of Special Olympics New Jersey for 15 years. Talk to us about the organization.
Well, as you had mentioned, it's a sport organization for children and adults, not just adults with intellectual disabilities. We have, in New Jersey alone, we have 24 sports that we offer. We have over 150 competitions a year that we run, and we have 21,000 athletes that are registered in the state of New Jersey. So it's a year-round organization. We have events locally in communities across the state, as well as we have 4 statewide events every year.
Now, this organization is run primarily, 98% of the budget is funded by individual, corporate, and civic monies. How important is these donations to help, make the Special Olympics what it is?
They are so important because everything in our organization is free to the athletes and their families. So we rely on corporate donations, as you said, individual donations. We do a lot of special events across the state. We have many longtime corporate partners that support us year-round. But again, if we didn't have those dollars, our athletes really couldn't participate at the level that they do now and in the future, because again, it's all free of charge.
Now you mentioned everything is free for the 21,000 athletes throughout the state of New Jersey. And year-round training and competition, how did this all take place?
Well, basically in communities across the state and in Ocean County that we have local training programs, and they basically, we have volunteers that volunteer their time, whether it be a parent or teachers or just individuals in the community that want to participate with the organization and volunteer their time to conduct the training in those local communities. And then athletes go on to competition within their areas. They may go on to sectional events and then on to the statewide events across the state.
Now, there's a presence, the Special Olympics has a presence in each county, correct?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And we're here in Ocean County. So let's talk about some of the events, some of the stuff that happens throughout Ocean County. I know we do have a sports training complex in Lawrenceville, and again, those are free to the athletes as well, correct?
That's correct. We do have our sports complex is in Lawrenceville, but basically we have athletes that come to the complex to train and to do league play. But again, in Ocean County, we have a lot of programs going on, from bowling to track and field to swimming to gymnastics. So really, again, in the Ocean County area, if there's an athlete that is not involved with Special Olympics that would like to, there's certainly an opportunity for them to get involved right here in a community in the county.
Now, how does an athlete get, participate and get involved in the Special Olympics? What makes them eligible?
Basically, if traditional sport training starts at age 8, so an athlete that would maybe want to get involved in swimming or in bowling could contact our office. The family member could contact our office and get them involved in a local training program in the area. So there are many different sports that we offer, and it goes by season as well. So we do offer skiing, we offer snowboarding, swimming, athletics. We also have another program called Young Athlete Program, and that's a program for 2.5 to 7-year-olds. And basically it works on gross and fine motor skills. So when the athlete becomes 8, they can go into a sport that they may choose to do or find like they're good at, whether it's swimming or track or something like that.
Now, we also have the State Winter Games coming up February 7th to the 9th. That's a huge event for the state of New Jersey.
It is. It's up in way in the top part of New Jersey, up in Vernon. But we have skiing, snowboarding, cross-country skiing, figure skating, and speed skating. And we just had our floor hockey competition down in Wildwood this past weekend. Had 17 floor hockey teams. We
actually have a picture here of some of the skiers.
That's right. That's up in that would have been last year up in Mountain Creek, and we had lots of snow. That was a great competition last year.
We have basketball as well.
We have basketball. That's a spring sport, so they're just starting to train for that now.
And the summer games are coming up as well this year, June 10th to the 12th. So talk about some of the summer sports that you have.
We have 7 sports, from track and field athletics to gymnastics to bocce to powerlifting. That all takes place.
We have the track and field pictures up there.
We do. Those are two, it almost looks like the young athlete program that we have on the track as well at summer games.
They look like they're really pushing.
They are. It's great. It all takes place at the College of New Jersey. We basically take over the campus for the weekend, and we'll have about 2,500 athletes there over the course of the 3 days.
Now take us through the events. I mean, I've been to these events before, and they're really beautiful, inspiring ceremonies. But take us through, you know, you have the opening games, and just take us through what you can expect there.
Well, on the Friday of openings of summer games, we do a big opening ceremonies, and we usually have 6,000 to 7,000 people there in the stands. All the athletes march into opening as part of their delegation. So Monmouth, Ocean County would come in together. In Monmouth and Ocean County alone, we have about 800 athletes registered, and several hundred of those will come to summer games that weekend. So it all starts on the Friday night with opening ceremonies. After opening, we have a big dance out on the turf at Lions Stadium, and then competition. It goes through Saturday and Sunday. So again, it's all free of charge. The athletes come in and stay on campus for the weekend, and the community is welcome to come and attend and watch. Again, it's all free, and it's a very inspiring time. And you see the athletes perform at the best of their ability, but they're also there to have fun. They're away for the weekend. They're there with their friends. They enjoy just being together, and you know, the athlete oath is, let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. And they're all there to have a really good time, and it's great sportsmanship, but it's good competition at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I've been to these events, and these athletes, they're really amazing. Like they're great. They hone their skills, and they're really good.
They are very good, and I think it surprises a lot of people that the ability level that they have, and it's very inspiring. There's a lot of people that come for the first time, not really knowing what to expect, and they say, you know, I want to get more involved. I'll be back next year. What can I do to help?
And we also have a photo of the medal ceremony that takes place at the end of the events. Look at the smiles on their faces when they actually I think that's a gold medal there. I can't really see that far.
It looks like actually gold and maybe silver. Yep.
It's wonderful. So I mean, they really it's a full event that's from start to finish, and they really take you through the Olympic Games.
It is. It's very ceremonial, and it's just a very awe-inspiring experience. And that picture that was just shown on the medal stand, we have law enforcement officers from across the state that actually present the medals to all the athletes at the games. So again, it's a very ceremonial type of experience for them.
Now, Heather, the volunteers you had mentioned, they're a huge part of these games, and they really do help the athletes participate and take part in the events. How important are the volunteers, and how can someone get involved? Well,
volunteers are the core of the organization, really. We're a volunteer-based organization. We have over 15,000 volunteers that either participate one day a year or participate several days a week in helping to train the athletes. So we are always in need of volunteers, whether, again, you want to come out for one day and volunteer at a bowling alley in March, or you want to come out and coach a sport that you may have really excelled at in university or college or in high school, and you just want to give back. And so we're always in need, whether you can give a little bit of time or a lot of time.
All right, Heather, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, to pick up an application to become a volunteer, you can find that on the website at sonj.org. And when we come back, we'll introduce you to an inspiring athlete and her coach. Don't go away. Thanks for staying with us here on Eye on Ocean County. Joining me this segment is Heather O'Brien, a Special Olympics gold medal athlete, and Dorann O'Brien, her track and field coach, and her mother. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Now, Heather, you are one of the 21,000 athletes throughout New Jersey, and you have two medals on you, a gold medalist, two gold medalists. Talk about what you do in the Special Olympics, and tell us about your experience. You're part of it. You're a cross country athlete as well. You do cross country skiing and as well as track and field. Take us through that. What do you like best about it?
It's a lot of work, a lot of training. Training for skiing takes that more out of me because I have to do a lot more distance races. It's a lot of work, and I do enjoy it a lot.
And you're good at it. I mean, you have two gold medals. That's wonderful. Now, Dorann, you're her coach in the track and field sports in the summer games. How is that working with your daughter as well as the rest of the team?
It's stimulating and exciting. The kids are all true athletes. They want to compete. They work very hard. They train all year long. We're very fortunate in our town. Our team was originally sponsored through our high school, so they have the full access to our high school facilities. They train in the weight room that we have there and on the track for the summer games, and they train all year round for field and track. They train with the basketball team for their basketball skills, and they train for winter games with endurance training in the weight room. So it takes a lot of time, and they train 2 times a week at least. Not only that, but they also train on their own, individual, for keep practicing.
Now, Heather, you're 24. When did you get started in the Special Olympics?
I started when I was in high school. And at first I really didn't want to do skiing at first, because I wanted to take things slowly. I started out with track and bowling and basketball. Then later on I started okay, let's try skiing. So
she wants to take it slowly, but she started out with 3 sports.
Yeah.
That's great, though. Now, Heather, you're also the global messenger for the Special Olympics New Jersey. I mean, what an impressive honor. What did you do as part of the global messenger experience?
They asked me if I talked at a big, huge event, Kids for Rock. I did that. The big speech, I did that. It's a lot of practice, like learning different things. And
so you're actually talking, maybe getting other students who maybe want to get involved.
Yeah.
So how is that to help? You're inspiring other athletes, really.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what an honor, Mom, that your daughter was honored with this.
It really was. Special Olympics has a training facility in the Princeton area, and they give them global messaging training. They bring them down there. They give them background information on Special Olympics, and they go as representatives for Special Olympics to the fundraisers. She's represented Special Olympics at the Polar Bear Plunges. Yes, we do not go in, but we totally support all of the plungers. She's represented them at the torch run, and similar to things like this, to get the message out there that Special Olympic is out there for athletes that want to compete, and that's what she gets to do, which is an honor.
Now, another honor, you have 2 sisters. So, I mean, as a family, the O'Brien family was honored as Family of the Year this past year in 2010. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What was that like?
I was very happy about that, and very excited and very pleased about that.
I bet. Now, what did that entail?
It was an honor. Our whole family is involved. My husband and I, we support Heather, just being there as cheerleaders, if nothing else, on the events that we don't have to coach her on. Her sister participates as part of the unified teams when it comes to bowling. Everyone is a cheerleader, so it was an honor.
Now let's talk. So we're talking about the rest of the family getting involved. So you're saying that your sisters do participate. Mm-hmm. So they volunteer?
They volunteer, and her oldest sister and her cousin volunteer as unified athletes when they have a unified team for events. So they've been on their bowling team, and they have other people that volunteer from her high school as unified athletes as well. So they get to compete together. So that's exciting.
That is exciting. Would you recommend to other families with special needs children to get involved, Dorann?
Oh, definitely. Most definitely. It's something that the children get to develop. They build great self-esteem. They feel that they can compete with the other athletes. It also inspires the students as they get older, as they become young adults in high school and things, to truly make an attempt at competing in their high school events. We have many athletes that feel so confident in their skills now that they actually compete as part of their school teams as well.
Now, Heather, you do quite a few sports. You had just mentioned about 4 or 5 sports. What else do you get out of it? I mean, obviously, the joy of participating, but what else do you think the Special Olympics New Jersey has given you?
It's given me a lot of friends. I met a lot of people in different areas. I've had a lot of friends I can talk to now. I keep in touch with my friends in different.
Now, what about, just like being there? I mean, what is it like to be there and actually compete and win and place?
It's an experience for me. I mean, I do enjoy it. Winning medals is the best thing for me, winning gold.
And what are those medals for?
This is from summer games from this past year. These are the new ones that we got last year. I got this in a relay, I think. Yeah, the relay. And this one is from skiing from last year, from 500-meter race.
That's wonderful. Congratulations. How long did it take? How long did you train for this, and to get to that spot to be a gold medalist?
A lot of training, a whole lot, and being in the weight room, working out, doing a lot of different things.
Well, obviously your hard work has paid off. And what was it like for you to see her up there winning that gold medal?
It's very emotional because they really, as I say, they really are athletes. They all try their absolute best. They work hard all year long. So to see them be so excited on the stands, and you had pictures before of some of the athletes receiving their medals and the award ceremony, it's exciting. It's exciting for them, it's exciting for the spectators, it's exciting for the coaches and the families.
Dorann, you also run the Winter Ball fundraiser for Ocean and Monmouth counties. Take us, what is that?
Our group does a great deal of fundraising throughout the year. We do car washes, we do solicitation from some of our local businessmen, which is a huge support for us. We sponsor a winter ball for all of Monmouth and Ocean County athletes at our local high school. Raritan High School donates the use of their cafeteria. We transform it into a winter wonderland for them. The athletes and their chaperones and coaches come free of charge. They're served a meal, and they all go home with prizes that have been donated, not prizes, gifts, so that everybody can go home with something. It's a huge event. This is our 7th year running it. So without the support of everyone in our community, we wouldn't be able to do this. But it gives all the athletes a sign that we appreciate all the work they've done, so we want to do something for them.
Sure. Heather, what can you say to potential athletes at home who may say, hey, I'd like to do that too? Would you tell them to get involved?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously you're having, you're doing well, and you're an inspiration to others.
Yeah.
But would you tell them to get involved too?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us and
Thank you.
sharing your story. And good luck to you at the Winter Games coming up, as well as the Summer Games. We'll be rooting for you. So thank you both for joining us. And when we come back, we'll tell you how you can get involved to take part in the Special Olympics. Don't go away. Thanks for staying with us here on Eye on Ocean County. I'm Christina Seco. Here to tell us how you can get involved and help the Special Olympics is Berkeley Township Police Officer Jimmy Smith and Bob Both of the Jersey Shore Running Club. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Now, these are two huge events for the Special Olympics, and they really generate a lot of money, as we had mentioned before. Everything is free for the athletes, so it really generates a lot of money. Let's start with the Polar Bear Plunge. It's taking place February 26th in Seaside Heights. It's the largest plunge in New Jersey.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about the plunge. I mean, obviously it's cold.
It's cold. We started it 17 years ago. This will be the 18th annual. And it's a unique event. We brought it to Seaside. They opened, all the business open up when they're normally closed. And you just jump into the water, you raise a minimum of $100, you get a garment, and we're able to raise close to over $1 million last year, just over $1 million for Special Olympics New Jersey.
That's wonderful. And 4,000 people took the plunge last year.
Actually, it was
more?
about 4,300 people. It was one of the largest, and we're hoping to get even more for this year.
That's wonderful. Now, this event is sponsored by the Law Enforcement Torch Run, and it's a series of events that is run by law enforcement throughout New Jersey.
We probably have close to 20, 25 different events. This is probably one of the largest fundraising events that we do throughout the year.
We actually have some photos of the Polar Bear Plunge, and there we go. I look at all those people jumping into the water, and I mean, obviously it's freezing.
Yeah, it was cold. Actually, last year was one of the coldest water temperatures that we ever jumped in. It was probably, I believe, 31 degrees.
Now, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that like when you first jump in, your body goes through like shock, and then it's actually refreshing. Is that true?
No,
No?
it's breathtaking, but it's fun. The uniqueness of this event, you're raising money for the cause, and you see the groups of people, and you're just in that crowd, and you're all psyched up to jump in the water for the cause. And you jump in, it might be a 5-10 second ordeal, and then you're out of the water.
5-10 seconds sounds like a really long time to be jumping into ice cold water. But of course, to register, you can log on to njpolarplunge.org. Now, Bob, you're in charge. You know, you sponsor the Runapalooza, which is taking place April 16th in Asbury Park. So for people who don't want to be cold, they can actually run and heat up. Tell us about that event.
Well, hopefully by April it'll warm up a little bit and the snow will go away, so we'll all be fine. Well, our running club, Jersey Shore Running Club, we've been involved with Special Olympics for about 20 years. We help with put on the Area 6, which is Monmouth and Ocean County, track and field event every May. And so growing out of that and our contact with Special Olympics, they approached us to put on an event. So we put on what we call the Jersey Shore Relay, which starts in Seaside Heights, where originally it started at Toms River High School, Toms River North High School. I think it was Toms River North, and went to Long Branch High School, where we were doing the Special Olympics track meet. It evolved from there. That first year we had like 25 people involved running the course. Every year it's built up. Last year we had 450 teams of 5 people, and they run from Seaside Heights, going along through every town up to Asbury Park. And we have a big party in Asbury Park. And then a couple years ago, we expanded it. We included a half marathon, which starts and finishes in Asbury Park, and also a walk, about a 2-mile fitness walk, which starts and finishes in Asbury Park. We walk through town, see Asbury Park has kind of been redeveloped.
We have a picture here of some of the...
That's the start of the half marathon. We had about 800 participants last year. It's a really great course. I think it's like the most awesome course probably on the East Coast, all along the ocean, on the boardwalks. We get a lot of support out there, a lot of water stops, and then at the finish, everybody comes back into Convention Hall, and we have a big party. So everybody's invited. We have a lot of spectators, and I said before, the walk is open to everybody, and it's a lot of fun.
So it really is something for everyone. Then it's
There's
3
something
events
for
in
everyone.
one. If you can run the distance, a short run, or my speed, I would be walking the 2 miles.
For the relay, it's a great way to build up some camaraderie. If you have a little business or a company, we have different divisions. We have a fire department division, a police division. We have a school division. We have corporate divisions, a family division, so you can enter a team of 5 people, 4 people, 3 or 2, or some people actually run the whole thing.
So now to register, you can obviously log on to runapalooza.org to register. Now, as we mentioned before, these fundraising efforts are really important for the Special Olympics. What do you get out of, taking part in the Polar Bear Plunge and helping to organize and helping to bring these people together, not only to freeze, but to help, bring, people together for a better, the Special Olympics?
You're giving back to the community. You're getting inspired. You see over 4,000 people coming out to this cold event, and the enthusiasm that's in them, it gives you the inspiration just to continue, and giving back to the community and fundraising the grassroots of Special Olympics New Jersey.
And Bob, what about you? How do you feel taking part in these events?
I think our club, we've been inspired actually by helping out at the track and field meet and seeing these special athletes compete. And when we are little runners and we see them, I think we're inspired, and we wanted to do something good for Special Olympics, and hopefully we can raise more money every year. We've been growing every year, and maybe we'll get to $1 million one day.
So are you going to jump, and are you going to jump in the water, and are you going to run?
I might take part in some part of the relay, maybe.
I'm staying out of the water. I'll encourage everybody to go.
No, absolutely. I mean, we need to get tons of people out there. And thank you guys so much for sharing your experiences with us. And of course, they need more people to take part in the Polar Bear Plunge and the Runapalooza as well. So to help out, you can find out more on sonj.org. And of course, to register, you can log on to njpolarbearplunge.org and runapalooza.org. And by all means, they want to see you there and take part in the activities, and we'll see you then.